What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear your boy speak by throwing those A's in the chat. What is up, people? What is up? And happy Friday to everybody. Super excited to be here. What is up, Scott? William, how's it going? 93 EO, always good to see you. Origin, my goodness. XX, what up, Arca, baby? Dude, can't go without that, man. Ian Tucker, good to see you. Daryl, Andrew, what is up? Connected History, always good to see my team up in here, man. What is up? Steve Thompson, Rocky Mountain Gobblers, always real, always good vibes. What's up? And Zephram, hey, what's up, my dude? All right, yes. If I sound rested, that would be a miracle, man. My little guy gave me some trouble last night, team. Actually, I wouldn't call it last night. I would say a couple hours ago. So his night actually ended up continuing a bit, and he had a little bit of a stuffy nose, but it's all good. Everything is good, man. I'm happy. He's happy. He's asleep, man. He's finally breathing normal. He's good. But I'm very excited to be here nonetheless, team. I'm really excited that it is a Friday. Right. Actually, to tell you how about this? I'm going to give you the honest truth. I'm excited that it's a Friday because for my son, right? Because he's going to be able to hang out with me a little more. But I'm not excited for me because it's a Friday. I really would like to continue. Right? But some things just have to take a break sometimes, you guys. So you know what I mean? What is good? Welby, good to see you here, man. You say, dude, ¿qué pasa, güey? Dude, so you have to You'd be surprised how you really spell that, right? Dude, it's I think it's hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, some people type it in with a B as in boy, right? Like Buey. But most of the time people pronounce it with Guey, Guey, so it's like, ¿Qué onda, güey? Dude, that is so funny, bro. And Andrew said, ¿Sabes qué? Dude, it's interesting. What's up, Lauren? Good to see you here, man. Jonna, good morning to you. Mikey, what is up, dude? Same morning, brother. Just heard from William that the meeting last night couldn't have went better for FNGR. Oh, you're talking about the whale meeting, right? What's that guy's name again? I know Zephram showed me that the Twitter just last night, but please let me know. Who that guy is. I really want to know. No, not Ham. The other dude. The whale that said he was gonna not be able to be there or something. Or he said he didn't confirm. Yeah, Daniel Borders, him. Zephram, dude, that guy. So Mikey, who's Doug? Is that another one that we got to pay attention to? Broad Market LLC. Yeah, I was really talking about Daniel. By the way, are there suspicions that account on Twitter is not his? The one that has like 400... No, it's all good, Mikey, all good. The one that has like around 400 followers. I think around that number, right? The one, he's rebuilding it again. Are we in the belief that that's actually his account? Right? TTG, what is good? Yeah, man. Yeah. Of course. Let me go ahead and get that started too, right? Because I still have one that just before you. So let me just go ahead and put that up here so I don't forget. And I don't act like an ass over here, right? So there's a bunch of people who are pissed at shorts and will be piling in money to smash them. Yeah, dude. So those posts from Daniel Borders, I think like this over here. Let me show you. Let me bring up the screen, right? This account. I know it's a little hard to see, right? But is that really him? Yeah, it's got like 472 followers. I noticed that Avid Trader's following this one. I wonder about that account for sure. I was reading his old tweets though. Let's see, and he has things that came true. Who knows what's the real online? I know, seriously, man. So, I mean, it's just Avid is following this one, and I know, I mean, this could easily be anyone. I get it, you know, but these are like extremely bullish, like posts. You know what I mean? And also, I felt like an asshole when I kind of came on and noticed that he was following me. So I'm like, oh crap. Should I actually follow him back? Dude, you know what I mean? So I felt a little weird about that. Yeah, so that's that's there. All right, so I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And then also that introduction logo thing right there, like what, dude, that's baller. That looks really cool. So what I'm saying is Arca real? Oh, it's Elon Musk burner account, dude. That'd be funny. That'd be, man. All those accounts would be showing things like that. Oh, you know what? By the way, we actually didn't talk about the Jerome Powell speech today. I don't know if you guys got to listen to it, but I did, and it's also one of the reasons I came on a little bit late too. Other than my son, I got a little stuck, even though he was asleep. You know, on my arms and stuff, I was still watching. So, you know, I got those Samsung, the Galaxy Buds, right? So I'm not interrupting my son in sound, right? So I got to be honest. I think it was kind of dovish, right? Am I alone to think like that, or do you guys also feel like Fed Chair Powell came in a little dovey, like he was, you know, he's not so, you know, bearish everything. You know, I know that he has to put on his firm hat on and all that good stuff. I get it, right? But I feel like it was a little dovish on that side, right? And I understand the markets ended up selling off, right? And they're still going pretty heavy, which is still following my thesis, by the way, regarding the what was it? The Dixie, right? So we're following the potential of the Dixie touching a $5 mark, and oh, look at that sticker symbol ape. It's completely gone now. Dude. So if I can just find that, I think it I forgot exactly where I had that chart, but yeah, it's regarding the Dixie. I do believe that the Dixie can be hitting a top side of around $5. And $5, 105, and I think that can actually do it, right? So let me just pull it up in its individual pane here, and I have a few indice charts up here that I have to kind of control. So let me put up in here the DXY, and this is, you know, one of those ways that you can be able to tell if it's gonna put some pressures on risk assets, long bias. Right, so yeah, check that out. The Dixie has continued its rally to the upside. It's already at 104.10, and this is the resistance that I'm looking for. Let me just zoom out to the daily, and I'll show you. So yeah, right up in here. That could be that 104.26, and then that top side of around 104.95, right? So, or 104.90. I would say 104.86. So let me draw that in there, because I do feel like there's still some more pressure, at least to look at here for the SPY and the NAS. We very well could be touching into this zone here. I get it if we do end up selling off from that 104.2388. I get it. You know, we'll probably face a little bit of pressure there, but I do feel like it would be a temporary pullback to that 103.86, and then this would continue onwards and upwards to eventually reach that target of just shy of 105 or just over 105. If the announcement from Fed Chair Powell was any more hawkish actually, I would start to maybe suggest even a deeper 105 read here, probably 105 and a half to just shy of 106. So, but I do feel like this could be one of the. This is extremely frothy already. Like the DXY is due to correct within the few hours, if not maybe Monday, right? Well, usually Mondays can be pretty bearish, right? So yeah, you know what, brother? I'm sorry. You might be in a hurry about that, right? Let's look at BBIO for you real quick. So let's pull up the daily time frame here and see what the good deal is. Okay, so right, I see why, right? Why did it pump like this? I know that earnings came in with a miss, which is probably why we're getting this decline here. So it has a damn. It has a minus 1.35 million surprise on revenue, and the earnings came up with a slight miss, right around, well, actually 22% down. Yeah, there could be a short-term upside here based on the 30-minute momentum and the daily RSI. Check this out. So let me get this at a log. That daily RSI, you see how it's moving towards the upside, and it's in this gravitational zone of the bear weakness. So remember that the inner workings are weakness percentile. So this is a bull weakness, bear weakness. You have bull strength and you have bear strength, right? So in this case, we are in that gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, likely to get pulled towards the upside and likely to find resistance from that SMA 14, which is why I think we can pair the daily time frame EMA 21 as that resistance touch before a continuation to the downside. And I do have to admit that this is feeling, it's feeling a little bear flaggy here, right? So that's it's also a daily time frame formation. So I mean, this could be better seen maybe around an 8-hour formation, right? Like this, but I feel most comfortable like on a 12-hour or daily. So it's feeling like a little bear flag here, and it could be a continuation formation, and there may very well be a test of that gap there. So this one here, just before we gapped up like crazy just a few weeks ago, right? So 2633 could be that support, and you have the EMA 55 coming right up to that. So that is there is a probability for that there too. So let me kind of draw that in there and see what I can pair it historically speaking with. So oh my goodness, let me get that out of the way. Let me block the moving averages and bring the indicators down just ever so slightly. Sebastian, are you in here, buddy? Dude, jeez, man. We're talking about PIRS. Somebody just mentioned it. I'm like, Sebastian, dude. You know, I was talking about it just yesterday with that potential for an upside. I really feel that conviction, but I wanna catch his vibe within it too. Okay, so oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna have to favor the downside support on this. Yeah, so I think it would be safest if I kind of put it right about there. 2539 would be the overall. So 2633 to 2539 to follow all of these supports here, alongside the resistance that has correlation with this here and several other instances, right? So I think that this could be that I think that this could be that test before continuing to the upside. And please remember that this is a deadly inflection zone. Okay, so I mean, first of all, we tried to gap this entire closure up here, so that's pretty nice, but in doing so, we left, we left another gap. So this inflection zone should be kind of, if you're trading this asset, I would keep this area here just keep it in your visuals here, because if you don't, this can actually rug pull. Okay, so a closure, let me see if can a 4-hour do it. Ish, maybe. Let me see. So I guess we're getting a little bit luckier as we're seeing the different time frames here. I guess an 8-hour closure beneath this support here, any of these supports here, would actually get me to feel like this can slide down to some relevant support areas around $18. So that's a 10-point move to the downside, and that could present serious pressure to someone's portfolio. Okay, so If you're looking at a 10-point move, that is a decline of over 30% in your losses. Okay, so careful. But that, I mean, it's showing that, you know, that it's just what the charts are saying, right? Sometimes I wish I could just like unbias my, I'm sorry, I could remove, sometimes I wish I can just remove, like, I don't know how to explain that. I wish I had more power. You know, I wish I had more influence, like with my brain. Can I like make it turn around with telekinesis or telepathy? Of course, it's never gonna happen, right? But yeah, let's observe the 30-minute time frame and kind of give this a final look, just to see if we're moving okay. So 30-minute immediate short term, very convincing upside pivot on momentum, and it looks like we're increasing volatility towards that upside as well. So if this still has an upside to go, I guess we have to look at it in the 5 and the 15, which are absolutely pivoted towards an upside. Short-term pullbacks, though, on the RSI, which is only understandable, that would be just your natural ebb and flow here. I'm not really worried about the RSI at this point. The RSI is it's a little faster of a read, opposed from the stochastic momentum. Your Stokes are very much a delayed indicator, and that is absolutely what we want, right? We want an overall perspective, and seeing that the 30-minute is in the gravitational zone of the bullish control zone, that increases the probabilities for an upside continuation. Hourly time frame, absolutely erect. This is a very nice positioning here in the gravitational zone. I'm sorry, in the bullish control zone, and we're increasing volatility as well. The moving average is bound to correct here too. So upside pivot on MACD. We have a bullish crossover that's looking magical, looking awesome. By hourly time frame, same situation. Upside pivot, increasing volatility. Let's jump into the 4-hour. And the 4-hour is getting it right now. Okay, so this may have already found its floor around here. So if it found its floor here, we have to see why. Okay, we can't just assume that. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark that floor down real quick. Right, let's just go ahead and draw it in. Okay, but there's no way we can just go into this blindly and not check our history here. So if we're looking at this, it can be seen on really any time frame, even if you wanted the 8-hour, to remove grain from the overall price action. This way you'll be able to see a clearer picture. Let's screw it. Let's bring it up on the daily. Right? Okay, so here's the current price action support bottom, and you can clearly see that there's a lot of price action here that has been used as that support. Check it out. All of this here. So yeah, I guess it is a very relevant area for support and bounce. And although it's feeling bear flaggy, you never know. What if this thing still has another run to the upside, of which we're going to find resistance right up here at 30.23, which I'm sure is going to feel really good for a lot of people. First of all, daily time frame RSI suggesting that. We have that SMA 14 located as resistance there. Let's see the buy daily. I assume the same thing, right? Yeah, the buy daily feels like it could be more along the lines of what we're looking for here. That resistance of the SMA 14 located there, I would have to correlate with that top side there. And I don't think this may continue onwards and upwards. But, oh, here's another thing. There is an imbalance in price here on the buy daily. I'm naturally going to have to give that some precedence. So here we go. This is my overall resistance. And I think the higher end of this resistance is a higher probability. 30.47 could be the top side for maybe a week. Please don't take my word for it. I have no idea what's happening with the fundamentals of this company. This may very well continue onwards and upwards. But in my personal opinion, this jump was already, it was just so high. You know, at some point, this is going to have to come back and regulate or revert to its mean, right? And that could be a pretty serious pullback if you ask me. Oh, check this out. Buy daily time frame bouncing pretty much right at that mean right now. That's very cool. Now let's look at the weekly time frame mean, see if it's lower. That's a little, wow. That's actually where I was kind of this is kind of where I was insinuating. I would say a little bit lower. Potentially 1785, right? To literally close this gap. and that would kind of fulfill this high, this structure of higher highs and higher lows, which I think could be better seen from the buy daily, to be honest. Yeah, like this, right? We have this upside here, enormous bull flag, and then we have that upside again. So it's following that the kind of like that trend, right? If this is really that bullish, I mean, I don't know. I can't trust it because look at how many earnings misses it's had. But given the fact that this earnings miss just came in and the price action is going down, I guess that can give it some validity. But yeah, there's a lot more miss and there is as a beat, and So let's see, 6 days ago news, nothing current right now. So if you do know something that's current, let me know. But yeah, that's my outlook here for BBIO. I would be very careful trading this, but it's looking temporarily bullish, and I do suspect an upside coming in. Sorry, brother. I know that I think yesterday too, you may have asked for a ticker, and I'm not sure if I looked at it. Right, so my apologies to you directly. Right, so let's go ahead and just make sure that we can finish this off with a good note. Right, so yeah, I would say another 5.8 to 6% upside here, and this could probably start to correct towards the downside, creating these ladders, right? And then we'll see. So you have no position in here. Good. Okay, yeah, sometimes it's better to stay cash, especially today. You can see how choppy the markets have been. Sometimes it's a better idea to remain cash. I mean, look at this. This was a violent jump from 435.07, currently sitting at 436.89. This is mangling people around trading options. So this is quite the market volatility, and I do have to express how much easier the trade is after these economic reports, like after the Fed, right? So as the overbought or oversold levels tend to come in a little easier, and you'll be able to catch a play that's dead obvious. GTII sitting at 66.50, Viri sitting at 116, testing that very bottom in like that inflection zone of this candle down here. That is literally 115, and the price action has already led to a low of 115. It's sort of bounced from there. Okay, so this is obviously facing pressures from the broader markets in its decline, and now the broader markets are trying to recover just a little bit. Let's see if Viri can kind of hold that up. Right, so now COSM sitting at a 120. Wow, it actually ended up recovering a bit. Why? Do we have any? Oh, right, because there was a temporary upside. I see. Here's the spot price action. We had a jump on the IWM to 184.93, currently sitting at 182.26. So yeah, I can see why we had a little burst to the upside. 125 top today. Okay, and now FNGR, what the hell is it doing? What is it doing to us? Let's see. So FNGR is sitting at 441. Oh, damn, not bad. I expected lower, to be honest. But yeah, 441, that's pretty good. So let's see. Thank you for BBIO, says TTG. You got it, my brother. You have no position. I got it. Okay. And right, that's going to be the next one we're going to look at, my brother. Sorry about that. So that's going to be the GPS ticker, and it's going to be for XX. Earnings are yesterday. Can you dissect it, please? What's the max high side? Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And if you can, X4 for me, please. And that's all, my brother. Let me. I remember some people were interested in looking at that, right? So let's keep it here. And then I'm going to look at that GPS right now for my brother XX. Right. This was the one. Yeah, I got it. I remember. So now GPS finding an immediate resistance from that SMA 100. Let's see what that looks like on the daily, though. Okay, so daily time frame breaking out and above the EMA 21. There could be a resistance, of course. And there could be a retest here. I'm not sure if we already got that retest, but we can check it. Let me see. The EMA 21 was roughly about 10:05, right? So let's look at the 8-hour time frame. Nothing there. Let's look at the 4-hour. We haven't closed that just yet, so maybe the hourly is gonna have to do it. Ish, right? We came back down to 10:10 out of that 10:05. The SMA 100 was located there. Let's go even smaller. Right, and this is why the 30-minute SMA 200 is preventing it from going into that EMA 21 of the daily at 10:05. So now that we're in the 30-minute already, let's go ahead and just take advantage of this and start to observe momentum versus volatility. And you can see here that there is a pretty aggressive upside in the gravitational zone of the bullish control zone, increasing volatility. And you have your RSI just pitched straight to the upside. Same thing with the MACD here. And you're getting inbound cash like crazy right now. So this is still suggesting upside. Let's see, hourly time frame, upside momentum. We have increasing volatility by hourly. Same situation, entering the bullish control zone with increasing volatility. Damn, this is very powerful. Let's see the 4-hour time frame just starting. We got the first green bar on the histogram here with the bullish cross. Bullish crossover on the 4-hour RSI as well. Damn. Yeah, dude, this thing could continue here. Wow. Okay, so breaking out of the 6-hour regression from the RSI. Very impressive. That is good. That is a very good sign. So August 1st to August 25th. That's how long it took for us to break out of this. So I can only imagine that the bull pressure has been accumulating here. Very, very, very attractive upside pivot on the 6-hour with declining volatility. This is a mathematical setup, and this is suggesting a continuation to the upside, of which I would love to have had a back test of, right? So the asset is worth 1015. This makes me feel that it has probably, I would say, upwards of 500 million in a market cap. Let's see. What does it have? Market cap. Wow, it's a huge market cap. 3.7 billion. And you have a small float in comparison. So this is, what are they do? Who is this? Oh, the Gap. Holy crap. They are, damn. Was that always the number? 220 million on the float? I feel like it's kind of like, this kind of reminds me of like more like a crypto asset, to where you burn supply to increase the demand, right? I mean, economics 101, right? But still, it makes me feel like this was, probably never the case. Or have they ever done a stock split? Not a reverse, a stock split. The good one. That actually makes me very curious. And to be fair, they also have an enormous so they have the dividends too, right? I don't even know what their PE ratio is, but I assume it's okay. And yeah, they have a lot more earnings beats than they do on average, earnings misses. So I think that people are acquiring this as the macro bottom could have already been flashed at 725, and this may never see that bottom side again, unless we capitulate further in the broader markets, which I honestly don't think is going to happen. I'm pretty bullish the markets temporarily, even though I'm giving you the downside in the immediate short term. Okay, so, and it shows that this is in essence respecting broader market pricing. Okay, so let me put this at the end so I don't lose myself, but let me look at the SPY. The SPY is recovering ever so slightly, of course, and this is the Gap here, kind of recovering too. This is a really aggressive recovery though. So, and I think earnings came in with a 262% surprise. That's massive. Yeah, I wonder if it's because of back to school season. I'm not sure, but that's a good amount of revenue. Revenue came in a little less though, actually. Revenue came in, not even a 1%. Okay. In relative to the asset's worth. Okay. So 32 million, minus 32 million, of course, it's quite the number, right? But no, I'm speaking of this relative to the 3.75 billion, large capitalization here. So yeah, so I do see why the sentiment is overall bullish. And please notice here too that we're having this increase in volume, and there was a decrease in price, which was naturally a bullish divergence, and now we're starting to react towards that. So this is very good. This is very good. Let's see the 12-hour time frame. Upside pivot, upside MACD. I mean, bullish crossover on the RSI and increasing volatility. And now let me see the daily. Oh, the daily's starting to get it, and we're starting to move upside. This is the signal just fired right now. This is where I'm looking for the back test. So anytime that volatility contracts to critical levels, and then you have the breakout from the 15 percentile, pairing the moving average and the volatility component with an upside pivot. I assume this is going to change real quick, but with an upside pivot of stochastics, that already is a statistical setup, and I would already be kind of looking for. I would already be looking for several iterations here. Here's another one, right? And then here's potentially another one right about here. I'm drawing these here, right? So using the price action. So, and then you zoom out, and then I see another one there. That here it is, that crossover, very short-term upside. And yeah, that's how I would start this back test here. And knowing that the gap has several years of operation, this would create, statistically speaking, this would create a pretty good habit, right? So meaning that I would probably be looking at anywhere beyond 80 iterations, historically speaking, or beyond, maybe even 100 iterations here of that critical setup that we're looking, the criteria that we're looking at for volatility versus momentum. Statistically speaking, if you have something upwards of the 130 to 140 samples, that becomes habit forming and very safe to assume the statistical probabilities, especially when you're applying your standard deviations to that. So that I would imagine here that this has no way to go but up, and there is a short-term resistance coming up, which I think we just got at 10:30. So this reaccumulation phase would be temporary, and the floor could have been that 10:15, and this could be continuing on to the upside for several days here. That is, given that the markets could continue that path. I think that this has a further upside to go, and you would be facing resistance anywhere between 6% to maybe the top side of 7.5%. That would, but please remember that this is just to this resistance here. But if you're looking at it beyond this point, like creating a regression here, then you would be resisting from this gap in reality. Okay, so from that gap, on the gap. I would probably favor the top side of the gap before a pullback here. That could be another 14% gainer. So keep your eyes on these targets here, as there is a pretty nice probability here, man. Good job in calling this out. It looks like this is also a really safe play long term, right? So if anything, man, this thing could correct. Let's see the November. I want to see November 2021 highs. Yeah, that's 2556. I mean that on a passive return, you're looking at a. Where's that 2556? On a passive return, probably a year, you're looking at 157% growth. That is quite the return for a large cap. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave it out there. This is not financial advice. In fact, I don't know what the gap is doing fundamentally, but it appears as though they're doing okay. And there is a series of macro higher lows printing right now, so that's pretty good too. I like it, man. I like it. Good job in calling this out. I hope that you follow your instincts here, but it's looking pretty nice. All right. So yeah, let's give a quick eyeball here. Sebastian, dude, I was calling you about. I was just mentioning you. Oh my God, bro, what the hell happened here? We were literally speaking about this thing running further to the 50-cent zone, or 45.51. Is this really feeling market pressures too? Let's see. Okay, let's observe the waves here. Are you let me see this on the let me see this on Weeble. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. Do. This is an ascending triangle here on a 5-minute. This has a resistance of the EMA 21. Hold on. What the heck? I have to figure out why that's doing that. Remember Zephram that other time where the music went out? It went out again. And then I had like these weird issues with OBS afterward. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up PIRS here in Weeble. Hold on just a sec. PIRS and so it has an options chain. Okay, we're creating this wave to the upside right now with increasing volatility. I honestly have to check if yeah, that would be a good thing to kind of look at, because I'm not sure if I had the OBS updating, you know, on its own, or if the system is updating it, you know, automatically. And I'm saying that because I know I probably would turn off auto updates to let me know in case I need an emergency something. Then I won't let it stifle me. Daily Gaussian band support. Let's look at that. Wow. If that is the case, dude, you're set to a bet. And I was just saying right now that there is a resistance at 3690. And that would be the EMA 55 as well. Right at around 3748. So there could be a continuation here, but we want to see the 5-minute kind of bleed into okay, SMA 10 resistance right now. Hold on. I want to observe this. No way. Rippity doo da. Finger at 450. What I was going to tell you is something that I'm not sure that you're aware of, Sebastian, is I'm sure that you have a pretty good position here on PIRS. So while you have this position, I think you know what I want to pair us up with Off-Grid Gorilla, because he has an extensive experience in selling options, right? So meaning that you have, for every 100 shares that you own, you can create an options contract and put it somewhere outside of the money to where you know people are not going to exercise. So while the price action is going against your favor, you can gain cash like heavily by selling your options contracts. And then, you know, you put them for whatever, a 2-day expiry, a same-day expiry, or 5-day expiry, whatever that is, and you could actually gain money as you go down, removing risk from your downside here. You can collect, yeah, that's literally what I'm talking about. You can collect the premium here. So, I forget to talk to you about this. It really is. Zephram is absolutely right. It's literally free money, right? So you create and you sell. In this case, I would sell probably put options, right? Or because it's going towards the downside. If you're betting towards the upside, I guess maybe it's selling calls, right? So, but actually, yeah, you may be able to sell calls too, because at every given moment, somebody's going to feel that the floor is in, right? So you could absolutely gain massive, dude. You could really recover your entire position if you have several hundred blocks of shares. Right, the dude in Off-Grid Gorilla knows how to do this pretty well, and he is absolutely seasoned at it, and he practices this all the time. So that's why I want to pair you with him. And even if Zephram, if you have some knowledge in that too, bro, I would love to hear this later on. But you guys know I'm not the biggest pro at options trading myself, and this is why I don't speak of it as often as I'd like. Right, I am a big fan. Right? I know, seriously, Ian Tucker. I was about to. I'm explaining that right now because I know that somebody was gonna tell me, dude, we need a class on this. Like, who knows that? You know, so it's just when you're a real nerd at it, dude. Like, you'll have like green knowledge about this, and then you'll be able to know about the strategy, but not necessarily how to execute it. Right? So that's me. I'm a little bit. I do know a great deal of it, but I'm green at it still. Right? So Zephram saying, nah, I'm a noob at options trading, only read about it. Same here, dude. Literally just explaining that. FNGR sitting at that 450. Thank you so much, Rocco. That is absolutely good to hear. Oh man, I love it. I love it. And I would imagine that people are starting to get a pretty good sentiment over this, right? So it looks like a 4-hour time frame. It's upside of the EMA 21 right now. That's a nice conversion. See if we can continue on to the upside. So Sebastian, if you're still in here, dude, we should probably speak about that sooner than later and really execute that. Okay, my brother. So I will get you on the line later. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm not sure if this is creating a breakout, right? And also I want to see the behavior against the SPY. Oh, right. Okay. So where's the SPY time frame? Sorry. Hold on. Daily time frame, and let me look at this on the daily as well. You know what? Yeah, I think this is in some way it is correlated to the broader market upside. And please look at this. Check this out. You have your daily RSI facing that support at the SMA 14 pretty nicely there. Are you guys, by any chance, are you guys able to hear the tunes on your side? Are you able to hear it? I know last time you said yes, but please let me know if you throw those A's in the chat if you can hear the tunes go through, right? Because in my case, oh, you could. Okay. Yeah, the same situation from the last time. I'm going to have to make sure that I do have all the updates there. Okay, good. Right, yeah, so I have this... I can show you like this, right? So on that curved 49-inch display above my primary screen, I have this the whole mixer for OBS, right? So this is why you heard it just pump to the upside. But and I do have on the Stream Deck, I do have like controls to bring down volume automatically. So, but yeah, let me hide this thing again. And let's see. Oh, right. It was just for me to show you if it was still there. Right. So, Kitties Never Died. Tunes, yes, you can hear them. Good deal. 11 Barrios, what's up? What up, Arc? Can you check out CRKN? Let me put it up here. I just sneezed. Sorry, guys. I had to mute it before I exploded your ears. Dude, this Stream Deck has changed my life, bro. And I like controllers. I do. I like to automate I like to automate what I do. Right. So yeah, man, I have to be very honest. This that Stream Deck thing has I have the Stream Deck XL, similar to the one Zephram has, right? The 32 button, I think. And that was Crown Electronics, right? Dude. Julius, what's up? It's jamming. Thanks, brother. Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to turn it up so aggressive. I just wanted to make sure that we can... hear the tunes because I can't hear them on my end anymore, right? So I had that same issue the other day. And later on, I was having... I need to make sure, like Zephram said, to check that the everything is up to date. And I'm sorry, you're mentioning FNGR, like Let's Go, tired of being in the zone. What is that right now? 455. Damn. Okay, it's moving onwards and upwards. And I think, wow, did it recorrelate with the markets? So it decoupled and then recoupled and then decoupled and recoupled. Like this is extremely confusing. But at least, we're guessing the upside correctly. Oh my goodness. Oh, check this out. ASRE moving upwards. It is at 35.95 and right at that critical resistance. So let me look at, I'm sorry. Let me just make sure that we can look at this. The double figure is more the style. Okay. Hell yes. Let's see. Can you hear them all the way over? You can hear them all the way over in Scandinavia? We were bumping a little too loud, right, my brother? So I would have to express how this is actually running inverse to the markets. It has a little recovery here, but that is quite the drop considering how far the SPY has recovered, right? So this it feels like it's trying to get that effect from the broader markets, but it's still, not quite ready. Although I would say that this feels like the bottom has hit the 122 target. And this thing just split. Damn it. Oh, it did. Holy crap. 1 to 60 RS on this. Hold on. Let me see if I can nail some surgery here. I really want to bring up all of my notes there. I hate that I have to do this. Hold on. Let me grab all of my drawings here on the layers of TradingView and see if I can get this connected. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, so now where was I? Oh God, we've been looking at this for some time still. Why? Oh, I made a play out of this. Nice. Okay, this was a while ago though. It's been quite some time. So, and I think that this was better looked at from the buy daily or the 3-day. Let me see. One fake out. Yikes, man. This is, I have to be honest, I don't like to see. First of all, I know I just I slapped this together very quickly. So I want to make sure that I am connecting the dots here correctly. Because if I'm not, then I would just be straight bluffing and lying and spilling all kinds of beans that shouldn't be spilled. Okay, there we go. So test 1, right, entirely faked out here. Test 2, another fake out. 3, 4, oh, that is so damn close. That is very lucky for this asset, I must admit. This could be the floor, and this is a 3-day formation, right? So this could very well take weeks to recover. But test number 5 is a true breakout test. I was going to tell you that if I'm looking at this at test 6 and 7, I would worry. And this could actually lead towards the original narrative behind a descending broadening wedge, which would be a downside play. The narrative changed, but on this formation here, starting November 2021, this flipped bullish, and it's looked at in the broader markets like crazy. So now that we know that, let's observe some things here. That's jeez, right. I don't like having all these things here. These were just the examples. I don't like to run back tests on my master layouts because these are dedicated like more for you and for quick price action review. Right now, just have all the tools, lined up and just see everything all at once from a bird's eye, so that I can give you some information pretty quickly. So in this case, let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Let's go all the way down. Let's make sure that we are on log. I could keep this on auto too. Okay, so we have a continuation to the downside here even still. Let's see how far that can go though. Okay, the 5 minutes already correcting. That means that the floor may have already been found in the short-term time frame. Let's see, 15-minute, no, there's still some downside to go. let's see the hourly, bi-hourly. Nice. Okay, so this is a temporary downside. And I do believe that this downside can be completed today before it continues to the upside. So there is a high probability here that it can retest the area of about 134. And I'm going to give you a range. Okay, so let's just say 134 right there to the bottom side of that 3-hour gap, which could serve as a nice support, to 130. Okay, so I feel like the price action may be able to touch back down onto there. Let me see. And it's because of the 30-minute that I'm saying this, but the upside is the upside wave is restarting pretty aggressively on the 5-minute. But of course, the 5 minutes is just, we're looking at micro moves, right? So that's not going to be too. I mean, I can't lie here. This is pretty aggressive here. This may start affecting the 15-minute almost immediately. And dude, this is a little tough. The 5-minute already is bouncing on the RSI as well. Let's see. If it doesn't reach down here, I think your best your best shot would be around here, 139 to 144. And this would be really like overly conservative to reach down here. The higher probability, of course, is within this area here. And then, but this is, I mean, in all honesty, it feels like it just wants to continue onwards and upwards here. And it's already breaking market structure, day by day, right? So today, we've already massively surpassed, Thursday's high of day, yesterday's high of day. We, in fact, passed Wednesday's high of day and Tuesday's high of day, Monday's high of day, and we're like coming up to maybe test last Friday's high of day. So Fridays are good for this? I mean, it appears so. Huge correction though, man. Damn. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tell you that the overall picture here is favoring the bulls. Right. The overall picture here is favoring the bulls, and I do believe that this can continue to the upside after some short-term ebb and flow. And I don't think that it would hit the high of day today. If anything, the targets that I would be observing here, and you know what, I could actually see that in the RSI too. Let me see where we could face resistance on the upper time frames. Damn, just nowhere or what? Wow. The asset is very bullish, man. Okay, buy daily resistance. That is far away. Okay. At the SMA 14, we are critically oversold and increasing the expansion phase. So so relative to the buy daily, I can see this reaching a couple pretty what would you call them? Some pretty attractive upside targets. So first of all, I would have to give some importance to this level here, particularly to that bottom side of the wick, right back here. So let me just draw that in like this. So 169 to, my goodness, are you serious? Come on. Where is it? I said 169 to about 163 is one area of resistance. And then if we're going to continue beyond that, let's see why. Okay. Let me bring this up like this. All right, so I think, how close can I bring? Okay, I see it. So what? The next zone would be 181. 181 to the top side, to the opening of this buy daily candle. I'm not choosing wicks right now, not all the way wick. I'm using an opening closing basis paired with wicks. right? So 177 to 181 would be the next resistance zone. So, and it shows that it can reach there maybe into the middle of next week, but that would be a 26.5% jump. And I think there is a pretty high probability that it can do that. And I mean, beyond that, I guess 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, it can go up to 248, but we have to really observe price action. That's a little too far for me to just give out to you comfortably. So in fact, if we are absolutely pairing the buy daily resistance, I think this would be your higher probability, the lower target, and that would be a 17.5% move to the upside, to the upper bound range, to the upper range of that resistance, and 14.3% to the bottom side of the range. Not so I wouldn't, yeah, dude, it's not bad, man. So let's go ahead and revise. Let's take a look at our plays real quick. PIRS at 30. Gee, what the heck is going on? Hold on, team. Hold on. Buy daily. Let's find it. Where are we going? Where could this be going? Let's see, the 8 hour. Ooh, don't tell me that. Okay, the 8 hour is bouncing from the EMA 55 here. What's 21, brother? Wow, ASRE manipulated on the 5 minute. It's at 31. What happened? Why did this correct like this? Everything in momentum. I mean, I get it. You know, it's just we were talking about just the statistics here. So, but if it's gonna fail that EMA 51, damn, could there be a pretty violent bounce from the 2660? Sebastian, do you own options on this? I mean, I'm sorry, have you bought options on this? Let's see. Let me know, my brother. I'm still looking out for you. That was such a terrible, terrible call. I feel like on my part to be pretty to be exact here. Right, but we have to see if we can get creative and save it. So 5 minute time frame. Let's see. Where's composure? Do I not have it up here? What the heck is going on? Oh, this was the other. Right. I understand now. Okay, so was somebody already talking about? Wow, look at this shakeout. Damn, it's sitting at 34. That's a lot of bull pressure. Let's see. Okay, so Seb, I'm not sure if you're still here, bro. I'm not catching 5 minutes. I'm not catching a 5 minute manipulation read myself. Hold on just a sec. I want to see where the what was this again? ASRE is right, so no after hours. Okay, let's look at the 15 minute time frame. I'm not seeing signs of manipulation, but however, I am seeing this blood diamond, which honestly, you know, it's kind of the reason why we would face this downside here. Right? Let me pull up the 30. And you know what? I can also, let me see if I can increase the sensitivity here by putting on the Heikinashi candles. So let me go back to the 5. and see if I have anything there. Okay, nothing thus far. Are you guys catching any signs by chance? I'm not sure if I saw earlier somebody comment that, but on my end, I am not catching it. Okay, none there. And a 30-minute is also free of it. Okay, hourly or bi-hourly. I feel like I'm a little too far now at these time frames. But this is a very bullish candle. It's I know we still have quite some time, an hour and 7 minutes to clean house here on this 3-hour candle, but yeah, I'm not seeing any manipulation yet. But if you did see it, damn it, man. I wish I would have caught it with you. All right. So yeah, let's pull that up. I think I may have I didn't have it. Interesting failure here. This, I mean, it would have flipped bullish if if we were respecting market structure here. This feels like it's gonna test a resistance at 38.47. What the heck is going on with TTOO? Let me see. Oh crap! There is. Let me pull up another layout here. Yeah, that's for TTOO. It is. It's moving outside of its triangle. Oh, look at that. PIRS definitely got that 8-hour Gaussian band at 2660. I was wondering if there was going to be a pretty violent bounce, and there has been thus far. This is a huge correction, man. Yikes. Okay, hold on just a sec, team. Just a quick sec. I'm sorry, I'm really stuck over here because my boy Seb, this was like, I feel like it's like part my doing along with him, right? So I'm like, I feel like I want to save it with him. Damn it, man. Okay, so yeah, let me look at I was gonna pull up another instance here of TTOO. See if I can get that. Oh, nice. Man, for the right, yeah, we've been charting TTOO since 6 cents. This was a play that I put together. So we were noticing that we were already in an ascending channel. We broke out from the ascending channel and tested that resistance, rare breakout, continued onwards and upwards, and now it's coming back down to potentially test that so it's testing that Gaussian band top on the 8-hour. This could be a bullish continuation. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm like trying to read the price action here, like one candle at a time, and I zone in so hard. I apologize, team. That like this thing has me tripping. The PIRS. So now I'm like a little shocked here, right? Because I hate being wrong. So, but it has to be. I have to come clean and into terms with it too, right? It can't be right all the time, as a day trader, especially. Oof. I mean, it would be amazing if I was. That'd be really cool. But unfortunately, no. Lauren Wood, H.C. Wainwright and Co. Let's see, analyst of Heiko. Let's see, maintain U.S. Gold mining. So USGO. So let's see, with a buy and raises the price target from 20 to 22. There's an upgrade on it. And it's at 960. How far up has it gone? TTO may have found its floor here, team. It may have just found its floor. I'm going to look at that just in just a quick sec. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame and observe volatility versus momentum. Okay, so I mean, the SMA 14 is critically oversold. There is the 5-minute could have pushed into the 15 already. Okay, the 15 is starting to get that read for an upside here. Okay, facing resistance at the EMA 21. Next likely move could be 38. I hear, yeah, a new wave to the upside could be starting. And this was the shakeout for it. Hold on, team. Let me just turn. I'm gonna come right back to TTOO, but I just need to turn on the air real quick. I feel the computer breathing and breathing. I'm like, oh yeah, I feel it's ridiculously hot in here. I get it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Mikey, Ham is about to do a conference call with William. I assume on X. Coming back to TTOO as well. Just out of curiosity, let me just see here. Let's see here. I want to find him real quick. I wouldn't be opposed to kind of hearing a couple minutes of it. Let me just search here. Even though my dude is not the biggest Arca fan, I'll still rep him a bit, man. Let's see. So it would actually be, it would be William's YouTube. Is that how it happens? Look, you want to see something funny?
I don't know I had no idea what was going on.
All right, check this out.
and Finger Motion was doing basically nothing. But I was with a group of people, and one gentleman and his group owns 15 million shares of stock. And for those who aren't aware, there's only 24 million shares at the Depository Trust.
Can you guys hear that?
One group and his partners own 15 million shares of stock. I don't know about you, but to do the math, there's only 9 million shares that could be add up the whole float. That's it, 9 million. We are reporting daily that the naked short number is 167 million. So let's take away 67 million because we have the doubters.
Oh, Busy has it in the space too.
That's too high. So I just took away 67 million. It leaves us with 100.
Let's bomb him live. See if he sees me.
How are they going to buy back that 100 million shares? And if we're right and it's 167, it's going to be 100 times worse than I just described.
15 million. Damn, I can't read it. Scribbles.
All right, so
did you guys read that?
The players are here. Accumulation is always
no way I could have seen what that said.
And the manipulators will get carried out.
Yeah, he's talking about
Finger.
Finger.
Second, but it looks like it's getting closer and closer. No one is selling the stock. Everyone's educated on it. You can sell anytime you like. No one cares. All right, there's a couple people, one guy's posted that the shorts never get squeezed. And you know what, something? That means he doesn't understand his ass from his elbow.
Oh, thank you, Destiny.
Because I watch GameStop, KOSS, Kodak, AMC,
look, I just bombed him.
Numerous stocks.
Let's see if you know what it is.
TOP, XYZ, BBB, whatever you want to call it. I watch plenty get squeezed. And if you were in those names...
460 FNGR, nice. Look.
I don't care what you said. If you own 5,000 shares of GameStop, you made yourself...
He's probably going to write Arca.
$200,000, $300,000. And then no people will have. And to me, that's life-changing for a lot of people.
Arca in the house.
Pays off your student debt, can pay off your mortgage, can buy a new car, you name it. It's life-changing. I'm not talking about buying a stock and flipping it for $1 or 50 cents or $2.
Man.
These are life-changing. Understand what you're doing. Do your homework. The evidence, the proof is all around in the names that we report on.
Why can't I do that?
We've been reporting on it for 2 years, or 3 years, excuse me. Not 2 weeks, not
Lord
3
Arca,
weeks.
Baby. Dude, I'll be here there too.
For anybody who doesn't know, I reported on GameStop on, I forget, 2020, I think February, stock is 3 3/4. Not only did I report on the naked short, I also did a report on it. So again, for those who think I'm a jerk off, you're wrong. You got the wrong guy. I could be a jerk off in life, but not a jerk off in what I report on naked shorts. I'm very serious on it. All right. So anyway, so I reported on that. Again, GTI is very quiet. Again, when one works, I think that GTI thought was going first. They flip flop. Now I think Finger Motion's going first. All right. Someone bought 1,000 calls today.
You on my
Remember,
live.
you buy 1,000 calls, the gentleman, whoever sells them to you, the market maker, that is equivalent to 100,000 shares of stock. And unless they buy the stock, that means they're going to be short 100,000 shares of stock at $5.50. Above $5.50,
167 million naked
whoever
shorts.
sold 100,000 calls, that's when they start to lose.
Crap.
So they have infinite loss liability on the upside also. So I look for those market makers to, close the gap and buy the stock to protect themselves. No one's in the business of selling 1,000 calls, 1,000 calls to make $50,000 to lose $50 million. All right? These guys don't survive by doing that.
Yep.
Option market makers try to hedge, meaning that if they sold the calls, they'll buy the stock, and they close up the gap, and this way they're protected. That's what they try to do.
You're going to get out, FNGR Lord?
They may use other options to protect themselves, but as of right now, that's what I see. Yesterday, I heard that somebody was selling puts to open. That means they were taking in the money. They think the stock is going higher, and the options are going to go to zero, the puts. That is a bullish sign also. So you got your bullish sign of people buying calls. You got your bullish sign that there's a group that owns, 70% of the float, whatever it is. and there's no stock available. This thing is held by many players. All right, I just gave you a scoop on that. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Anyway, Will, you have any questions?
Yeah. Did you go to the meeting in New York City yesterday?
I was standing on a soapbox in Times Square, and people came up to me and asked me, "Hey, how about finger motion?" And I says, "Hey, there's supposed to be a meeting around here. Let me see if I can find it." I don't know.
That's
maybe,
cool.
Maybe not.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking it. I never answer that question.
464.
The other thing I want to point out to you while you're talking, fingers, $4.60. So you're having an impact.
464.
That's just I'm not here for the 20-cent impact. I'm here to carry that fat bastard out, Lynn, whatever his name is. What's his name? Jeffrey Lynn? Is that his name? I forgot his name. Is that it?
No. It's Jeff Easton, the
Jeff Easton. So I heard Jeff Easton has put on a few pounds, that fat bastard.
Yeah, dude, you probably have a lot.
Well, I heard, and you may not be able to comment on it, I heard that he assuages his guilty conscience by telling everyone he syndicated that play. So it's four other people shorting the stock, not him. But he's the guilty son of a bitch that kills the companies.
He actually knows.
Well, them getting nasty.
He syndicated it to 4 groups, and one of the groups, he's told somebody is short, one of his friends.
Yeah, let us moon already.
Obviously, he's trying to protect his own ass, and that's why I put up the Sedona YouTube version yesterday again. It shows you how the toxic lender, Lynn, lends the money. They sign a document saying, we will not short the stock. But you can see in the Sedona video, which I put up, Amro is the lender. Rhino Advisors is the account they naked shorted, and they got caught. It's right there in the video. That's what Lynn does. That's what the Kramers do. That's what Alpine does. That's why they have all those
toxic
LLCs.
lender.
It's a shell game to hide the problem. That's all it is.
You don't do technical analysis, but you've got a couple of great technicians on the call right now. I think Ace is here, Arca's here, and
nice.
I think that's a positive sign.
I have tremendous respect for people that do that stuff. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know.
I just find it impossible.
Thank you, Ham.
And I've been doing this 23 years to say stocks are breaking out.
You don't have the attention span. Neither do I.
Appreciate you, buddy.
I'm not,
472.
Right, I don't have the attention.
Well, you do for watching trading all day, and you have that.
Yeah,
it's a different skill. That's all. It's a different skill.
But again, it's hard for me to when they make a point about something. Everybody comes back to me, and the
we're
only
up
thing I
12,000 in volume in the last 2 minutes.
You can't chart fraud. You just can't do it. I can manipulate stocks. If I can create stock and just sell it when I want to, I can make anything happen. So how could you judge anything based on a chart? It doesn't make sense.
That's right.
If you want to chart something for me, chart
Daniel Borders just tweeted.
I see it breaking down today, and I'm a buy.
It's squeezed 30. Damn.
Option expiration, which is today. The premium, if you look,
they are funny.
Down $12, $15, and they're $1 today. I mean, it's like that's a casino game right there. But if you could catch it on the turn, maybe it's the 455s, maybe the 460s. When this thing turns, it can run.
Seriously, it is.
Right? You can buy options at 50 cents and sell them at $5 real quick. That's a game. That's the game I like to play. But that's my game. But
well, chartists are like elbows. Everyone's got 2 of them. That's a stupid joke.
Oh, my dude.
I never heard that one, and I never want to hear it again.
Everyone's being quiet about the meeting yesterday. Well, whatever. I'm sure it was a private meeting. Do you think we would run during the day or in the pre-market?
I don't. The pre-market. If you're going to run, you want to take. If someone's buying stock, they want to buy it, right?
471.
Right.
In pre-market,
470.
and there's no one on the other side of the trade. You know, I find that. The only time I see it pre-market or after the market is when someone's dead already.
You have a fan here, June, that says you're not allowed to hang up until closing because fingers now 470.
I, I actually have to. I actually have to go back to I actually have to go and do a big dinner in Midtown tonight. Does anyone understand that?
So you're going to be at dinner by yourself. You're not
by myself.
Yeah, by yourself. You're not
sucks.
driving into New York to meet any big
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
players.
No, I would never do that. You know, yesterday I got up at 5:30 in the morning while I was cursing out the LSU people. Those for my big game next week. I got up 5 o'clock in the morning and I was bouncing around Times Square very early in the morning.
Nice, man.
Okay, here this is a good investor, so don't get annoyed with the tone. He says, really wish GTII could get its act together. They are hurting investors. I don't agree. It's the shorts hurting investors. All they need to do is come through on one deal or one court decision.
Listen, I got it. Small companies suck. I got the whole gist of the whole thing. But you got to give it to GTII. They started this fight. The stock went to 9. The company hasn't sold out to the shorts. Charlie Mayo's phone call is right there on Twitter.
Did they already talk about
He called
the
up,
meeting?
the stock was $1.50 trying to buy stock to cover his short. The company could have sold it to him back then at $1.50, and everybody could say I'm losing money because of GTI because he sold out like everybody else. But they haven't. They stood tall. Now, I don't give a shit what they do. I really don't care. This is about stock settlement. We got these idiots. We got the proof from the DTC. Okay? If anyone thinks they're losing because of the company, well, go look at what the DTC
473
had to say about Alpine.
finger.
That's a prime broker hiding a naked short, concentrated short position in GTII.
Another meeting today with
What
Wales?
prime broker is taking positions in stocks? I don't know anyone. They're there to facilitate, not to trade.
Yeah.
So who are they holding this position for? Obviously, we know who it is.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to say, that this is nothing. We can't do anything about this.
So Ace makes a point. Is Ace rooting for the wrong team as far as you're concerned? I can't remember. But anyway, he makes a point that it looks like AMC is trying to kill its own shareholders, which it really does look that way.
I stopped watching it. They did a reverse, I assume. It was $14 down. I don't know. I really stopped.
And they merged in the ape, and they did another deal. And
right. I mean, he's created something so confusing. But when they took the vote, remember, shareholder votes are controlled by the shorts. I mean, so just go read about it. The shareholder votes are, these guys are voting. They can vote for whatever they want. They control the whole game. You guys, they have this whole game locked up. The hedge funds control it. These guys knew exactly what AMC was going to do. They voted for it, and they trapped everybody. That's what they did.
So there's several questions on this guy, Borders. One, have you ever met him? Two, he says the stock's going to 50. Do you think Finger could go to 50?
That's what we're looking for. There you go.
I never met him. I've spoken to him once. He sounds like a nice guy. I really don't know much about him. Supposedly he's got some heavyweight clients, and I don't think he's a broker. I think he's a guy who does his homework. And there's people like that out there that are good people that are trying to help and break shorts or doing whatever. I don't know his past. I have no idea.
Somebody is saying that AMC is going to be a buyout in the coming weeks. I think it'll be a buy under. But anyway,
listen. For those who are playing the game, AMC is a tough stock to figure out. Okay, there's a lot of corporate maneuvering going on behind the scenes that none of us can stop or figure out. The time you figure it out, the stock has already made 9 moves.
TTG.
If you believe, I love going to the movies. I support them all the time. I always go to see the blockbuster movies and do my part.
Like Snow White. Snow White's coming out.
Whatever. But again, I can't. They want these. I don't know why they want to destroy this movie guy for whatever reason. the short sellers have made a determination that AMC must die or go away, whatever they want to do. And the guy got another chance at life when the stock squeezed. He raised money, he sold stock, so he's
Diminishing
in a
bear
good position.
pressure.
And what else can I say? Go find a different stock to play. Go find anything. Go play IBM. No one talks about IBM or Microsoft.
Oh, this is good.
Go play an old blue
This
chip
is
name.
here's a question. Here's a question you probably will beg off of, but one guy's asking, would you sell AMC and buy Finger or GTII?
I'm not going to listen. I talked to me to tell you to do AMC. That's a stock that you have an interest in, and I don't want to make you sell it to go do something else. Because
Yeah, that
if it goes
sucks.
up, you'll wind up killing me.
Right,
That's
right.
why I can't say it.
Right.
But in my opinion,
32.
I've turned trades that I've gotten destroyed in. Destroyed where I lose 50,000 and there's like $2,000 left to my option position, and I say screw it, I sell it, I take the 2,000 and I bet it on something else, and I made myself $900. So I'm back to 2,900. Then I bet the 2,900, and all of a sudden I hit on something, and I'm back to 9,000. Then I bet the 9, and I get back all my money. So using whatever's left to help myself to get bigger and better again, instead of sitting here, we call it the wishing and hoping line. You never want to get to that point, and I've been there many times.
The wishing and hoping what?
It's called wishing and hoping line,
Mikey.
where you're just sitting there, you say, please go up, please go up.
I got you. I got you.
You don't want to be there. It's not easy.
So John Burra, I don't know who he is, but he says, Ham, I saw some bald, toothless fellow with a sign saying "Fork you" in Times Squares yesterday. What? It wasn't you, was it?
I was next to the two gorillas. There were two big guys dressed as gorillas right in the middle of Times Square today.
That's a funny comment. All right. Well, no, I thought that was a question. Let me see. Somebody asked me, you had a friend at Jeffries
I don't think AMC
saying there
will
was
They're
some...
working on the guy's a $6 billion man. He's worth a lot of money. We have
Yo.
him, who's on vacation, reaching out to the chairman of Jeffries to throw Lynn under the bus as their prime broker.
Okay.
That question,
can't
check it out,
put
team.
that,
You see that?
if it was me, you would have had the answer already. I have to reach out to somebody else who's doing it for me, and when they get back to me, they
Right
get
here.
back to me. They actually know the CEO of Jeffries.
So when earlier you were talking about this
Oh, you're a mod
one
for
guy
Willem?
or
That's cool,
group of
dude.
guys owns 15 million shares of Finger, and then you said you only have 9 million more to go. Does that mean, in your judgment, there's only 24 million shares in Finger's float?
That's it. That's what's at the DTC. 24 million shares. I didn't know that, and when I heard it, and my jaw dropped open and says, okay, when I describe Volkswagen to you, you actually have Volkswagen right in front of you. That's how I feel.
And Volkswagen went to, what,
answer
2,800
him.
or something? Not that it...
Here we
Not
go.
that-
It went I forget the number where it went to. I think it was, it went to $2,500. I think that's what it was. I forget the currency, what it was, but that was at a time when Volkswagen wasn't selling, they weren't selling a tire. They had nothing going on, zero. That was in 2008, I think it was, when the market crashed.
Right. That's, yeah. So why... Yeah, go ahead.
The stock went up. So you can't say
It's
it
happening?
was
Where is it?
more than ExxonMobil. All the
Pull back from
reporters love to
132,
report on
retest to
it.
128,
Oh my God,
upside
the stock
from
is
there.
never
I'm
worth
expecting
more
the
than
top side of
ExxonMobil.
this 138 by
shit.
maybe
That's what happens when
tomorrow.
you get the shorts.
I'm sorry, tomorrow,
They create
Monday or
that.
Tuesday.
That's
X4.
they always report it wrong.
GTII is worth more than
He just made you a
Silicon
mod?
Valley Bank.
Nice.
There you go.
Why didn't the GTII share dividend destroy the shorts?
It hasn't happened yet. It's not till October 15th. I think that's the date you told me when it becomes
Well,
live.
approximately. Yeah, I got annoyed with. I was
Am I right?
out of line yesterday, but yeah, approximately October
Pull back.
15th is the 6 months.
You have to. Okay, it was restricted for a reason, and the reason being that they want to see what the brokerage firms are doing. West Christian, the lawyers are all waiting.
Tom
to
Cruise
see
could play ham?
what will E-Trade put in your account. Remember, if E-Trade just journal entries are stuck into your account, they're doing an illegal offering. They have no right to create a share of a stock of a public company. If E-Trade can do it, why can't we do it? The Kramers are doing it. Everybody's doing it, right?
Right.
Why be a public company? Why do they count the shares? What's the big deal? I just gave you the count on finger motion. 24 million shares at the depository trust, 15 owned by one group. Why are those numbers important? To me, they are. But if everybody's going to create fake shares, those numbers mean nothing.
Look at LPP coming in here.
Issue shares to give them out to everybody on the corner. Why did they have to do
LPP.
filings? Why did they have to do anything?
This is my question. Typical investors, including hedge funds and institutions, it's difficult to short stock, borrow stock, and be able to build a large short position. Do you think it's difficult for the criminals to short stock?
No, they
Difficult or expensive?
The criminals have many criminals in their organization. Credit Suisse had people looking the other way so that people can
Destiny, that's what I did.
Fraud, right? They do
No
it
financial
for a
advice.
reason. So the Kramers had Alpine. Alpine has now been busted for taking on that risk that they shouldn't be taking on, right?
Right.
So now Alpine loses everything. They're now in a battle with all the regulators. And the only
Gotta look
reason
at
they can be
MMAT.
dragging it out, as Mr. Hoffman said, is, I agree, is they're trying to hide assets.
Right.
So they're trying to buy time and hide assets. Maybe they're trying to hide assets. You know, maybe there's 6 years they can go back. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, criminal lawyer. Maybe Mark Brazil can tell us more about that. How long back was it criminal? Does it go back forever? I don't know. But whatever they're doing, they're fighting the government over what? A business that no one's going to do business with them again. Everybody knows that every federal agent's after them. You want to open an account there and start doing dirty business with them? How do you know the guy from Alpine's not being a rat?
Look at Cryptic saying get rid of it.
Everybody. Who wants to be the first criminal to go in there? The criminals will never go near that place again.
That's right.
Right? Because everybody knows that he's going to be under investigation. If he ever did win and got back into business, everyone will be watching him, right? So, in effect, he's robbed his clients. He helps hedge funds steal. He's a total crook. Who's going to go in there and do business with him? Good luck.
Candace asks, who is the person who gets all the short numbers and how does he do it? It's Tom. She thinks it's Tom, obviously Tom Ronk. I'm going to add to that question. Do you think Tom Ronk's short numbers take into account any buybacks, any covering of the stock?
They don't. They don't take into covering. He doesn't understand the buy side. He sees this. He understands the sell side. We understand the buy side, and if you pay attention, you tell me where you see them covering. The data shows me every day that they're still selling.
Ooh,
so if you're telling me that Lynn Partners is going to short it down to 4 and then buy it back at 5 every day, how long do you think they're going to be in business doing that?
Right. Right.
Not very long. When you're selling it short at the lows and buying it back at the highs every day. It tells you they're not covering. The data shows you that they're still knocking it down, right? I showed you the proof that they're covering the real short. The real short is they needed someone else to add some more weight onto the sell side, so they had someone go out there and sell 1 million shares of stock short. They sold it below 2 and have been covering it anywhere from 4 higher. So I put up, they lost a minimum of $2. It could be $3 on 450,000 they just covered. So I posted it before that whoever's doing these trades, the only reason they're doing it is because they're tied to the crooks, right?
Right.
Because the trade makes no sense. The same thing in GTII, and as I said, the guy who's short GTI, it's only a couple 100,000 now, maybe 300. They've been shorting it at $1.25. The stock is 65 cents, whatever. They're trying to cover it now. They bought back 65,000 of it. We said it 100 times. Who would short a
By
stock
tomorrow,
at $1?
I'm thinking this.
But the chance of it goes to zero. But there's a chance that you can lose infinite on
Monday
the
or Tuesday,
upside.
sorry.
Nobody does that trade. No one. It's a waste of time. Unless you're tied to the naked shorts.
Yeah, unless you're racketeering. This is a good investor, but he's saying, I remember when Ace would only talk about GTII, and now Finger comes along. He doesn't care about GTII. It's all Finger.
Candace, which one?
GTII's been kicked to the curb like Vocal.
I don't know. What stock is that? What are you talking about? What symbol? I never heard of that symbol before.
Candace, what's for me? Sorry.
He's right. I don't know what he's talking about.
All right.
So if he's just checking in today, then he's 100% right, because I'm not talking about GTI right now. I gave up on that one 5 years ago. Oh, wait a second. You can go read my post. I post about it every day. So clean your ears out, my friends, whoever you are.
Well, it's also the fact that the market ebbs and flows, and timing sometimes moves away from your core position to another stock, and you just gotta.
You know what I'm gonna do every night at 12 o'clock?
Immediate short-term support down here.
I'll put my conference call number up. Tell that guy to call up, and I'll put him to sleep every night talking about GTII.
I missed it. What was it?
GTI went
Damn
up
it.
and down a penny sideways, and it traded no volume. I'll say that to him for 2 hours every night.
Then you're gonna get the comments. Ham always says the same thing.
I'm not manipulating the stock prices. I have nothing to do with it. I can't control it. We know the criminals. We caught the criminals. We caught the prime broker. The DTC gave you proof. If I had a gun and a badge, it would be over. If I was 22 years old if I was 22 years old, it would be over. Trust me.
One gentleman, sorry.
You get to see people learn how to fly. Go ahead.
One gentleman is mentioning, I think, about Finger. Somebody just bought, it's either 3,000 or 30,000 shares, and the stock is down. He says, like Ham says, they can't let it go up, or they would.
But where is it down?
And
Right.
463.
no, it's 30,000 shares. 30,000. Sorry. Then this gentleman says, I thought we were working out a huge deal
This is not
to pay
good.
whistleblowers on GTII. This guy's is focused
Yes,
on
I'll write you a check tonight. How much money you want? What do you want me to do? Whistleblowing? What do you do? We don't control the whistle.
No problem, Yogi. I got you.
You got to call. We've called the SEC 20,000 times. We put a truck in front of the SEC 10 times. The DTC, SEC, DOJ, CNBC, Fox News. I was standing in front of Fox yesterday, pointing out to my friend the position. Right? There's one parking
This
spot
is not good.
in front of Fox. Excuse me, there's 3. Okay? I got there myself. You can mark it down. I drove there at 4:30 in the morning. Parked my car.
I have to write this down.
And waited till 7:30 for the truck to come and gave him my spot. So if you think that I'm not doing stuff, then you're out of your bird. All right? I've done that 3 times. 4:30 in the morning. I drove to D.C. I just helped raise money to get the documentary done about this, in which Finger Motion and GTI will be in there. What else you want me to do? You want me to make
Finger,
a motion
Sebastian.
picture? There's not more
MRES.
Your regulators.
Candace.
We can't shame them any more than they have. I don't even know how those people go to work.
This.
Someone posted an MMTLP the other day. I forgot his name. And he was actually, sounded like he was in tears, that he let his family down. They took his money. He doesn't know what to do.
It's horrible.
Think about that guy, where he's at. I don't know how many children he has. I know Apes has got like 15 kids or something like that. You know, you can't keep it in his pants, that guy. But again, think about the pressure of supporting your family. And when you take a shot in the U.S. in the equity markets and you get robbed, you didn't lose, you got robbed. I can't stop that. We're fighting to expose these criminals. Every
You know what
day
I mean?
we get a new data point. Today's data point is what? Lynn Partners has told someone they farmed out their venture to 4 different people, and one of their people is short the stock. You know, but we had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that if that is true. That is exactly what we said the Kramers do. All those LLCs, I put them up. Look at the schematic. All right? All right? One of the shareholders posted it, did all the legwork and showed you all the LLCs the Kramers used and Alpine. Between the two of them, they must have 200 LLCs. For what? They're moving it around like a shell game. Go to New York City. Come watch a game of 3-card Monte, or when the guys try to hide something under the cup. That's what these guys are doing. They want you to go find it. Good luck. But in the end, the paper, all the paper trades don't go away, even if they burn down the buildings like they did in Chicago. The money trail will get these guys. The Kramers are not in it. They want the money. They're not in it for their good looks, which they don't have. All right? You know, the Kramers, they thought they were boxers. I heard they get their asses beat. He's got a glass jaw. One of the Kramers, I forget which one, he likes to box. I heard he always catches a beating. And that's from the people at the Kitchen Witch.
0071.
So if the Kramers are listening, the people at the Kitchen Witch all laugh at you. That's in Long Island, by the way.
One guy's saying he feels like Finger is baiting us. Will it ever pop? Well, hang around.
Listen, if you believe that's
I think William may have been in it for 5 years.
If you own the stock, sell some calls against it, generate some revenue. No one
Yeah, that's right, Sebastian.
Buy some puts to protect yourself, sell your stock, and go buy AMC. What else? I can't control it. I don't control it.
GTII is now on the back page. It's all about Finger now.
Let's talk about GTII. GTI is now on the front page. Today it's up. Yesterday it was up a little bit. Today's down a little bit. Sideways, a little volume, up, down, this, that.
Okay,
What would you like me to say?
Well, I know. Look, the market tells you. Anyway, Finger this gentleman just put in an order to buy Finger at $4.62.5. It was filled at $4.54.
Damn.
He thinks it's.
Yeah, I told you that before.
That's NBBO there.
Everybody on the phone, go sell stock that you paid.
Yo, are you sure? I think William is, bro. I think William brought him into FNGR.
Wall Street is about pennies. These guys are giving away pennies like it's no big deal.
No, in FNGR play.
Those pennies add up. They're brutal. And if anyone ever was a professional trader like the guy Pete Philly, he knows. When a big fund gives you an order, it's about pennies. They want to know the average price. You better have it right. They want it on the nose. Every share they bought, they don't want to miss it, and they always want it lower. These guys want it lower because they can't let the stock go up.
Is it actually true though?
You must be over the target. This gentleman says, "May I ask who Ham is? Who is the gentleman on the phone?"
I am a guy who has had, my life threatened 7 times. I went to the FBI 3. I have DEA agents with guns in my driveway. What else do you want to know? Do you want to take my position? Knock yourself out. Anybody who wants to step up and do this, knock yourself out.
What's going to make Finger pop? More buyers than sellers.
Well, wait and see. I think that the Wall Street's a small place. We all love to talk to each other, right? So just imagine if I was out yesterday with a group of people talking to them, right?
Where's it trading
Maybe
now?
one
AMC.
person in that group bought 1,000 calls. Maybe someone else is buying stock. I don't know. Right?
You're way out of the money.
I don't have no idea. No one reports back to me what they do.
He's asking questions from the chat.
Are you able to discuss, or do you have any comment on the bigger picture as it relates to the market, whatever, the dollar, anything, the macro events?
Listen, I'm a stock guy, and I see market rotation. I was always taught about that. The Fed can manipulate stocks. They take them down to levels like Goldman Sachs And everybody says, oh, Goldman's down $50 from 370. It's now 310, whatever number it is. And they start banging that up today to hold it up, right? Let's say the stock is up $3 today. The banks all turn. The banks have been pointed down. The banks are going up. What did they kill? They kill UNH. They kill other Dow stocks to balance it out.
Let me ask you.
Yeah. And you look at it, you say, well, it's not that bad. The market's only down $50 today. And then when you finally look through the damage, you'll see stocks that are down 10 points, 8 points, like NVIDIA's down 15, I don't know where it is now. But and they're just rotating names. NVIDIA was 500 the other day, and other names were down.
He's a little sharper than that.
It's like a rotation. So what they do is they rotate the Dow stocks to manipulate it so it makes it look like it's never really going down. Like yesterday's wipeout should have been down 700.
Right.
What was holding it up? I don't know what was holding it up, but you got to be insane to come into a Friday. If you own stocks, the market's down 300. The first thing you do is if the market rallies today, you sell whatever you have, right? Then it sells off. And now they're trying to rally it again, I assume. I don't know.
I'm not looking.
So you always sell the first rally back up. Let it drop. If it digs in, you can catch it again for another squeeze towards the end of the day because of options. But who wants to play Friday afternoon? They could pull the plug in a second and say Monday's going to be terrible Monday. You don't know. So you go to the sidelines and leave. If anyone ever graduates from this nonsense to trading,
still in the quiet period.
Monday to Thursday. And on Friday,
it's probably looking good.
You can play. If you're normally a 1,000 share guy, buy 100 shares. If you're a 5,000 share guy, buy 500 shares. Why would you do that, right? Forget trying to make money on
14
Friday.
Contracts.
Because if you lose it, you go home and you suffer for 3 days. I was always taught, don't go home angry on the weekend. Because you don't think with a clear head, I lost $20,000 over something stupid. I'm up 40 for the week. I gave half of it back on Friday morning on a stupid trade. Now the whole weekend, Friday night, you're pissed off. Saturday, you're pissed off. And you can't wait for Monday to try to get even. And then Monday, you jump into any trade just trying to get back, and you ruin that one too. So go home with a clear head. Anyone who ever graduates from making short selling fraud, I hope you all do. But like I said, Friday is not the day to play.
Fridays are historically red, so he's kind of right.
You got a meeting with a big buyer tonight in New York City. Finger? You don't have to answer it.
I don't kiss and tell.
GME up 3%.
I want to ask you a question.
It's not one person.
Ham is very old school, bro.
People.
Allegedly.
And we're we're going out.
You think so, Steve?
So it's no dinner, it's drinking.
That'd be awesome.
That group that owns 15 million shares of Finger, if Finger were to go to $25, $50, some high number, do you think they would take any of those profits and buy GTII?
I don't know the group. I don't even know how
That's
they found
Finger. Question. I don't think
I was
so.
surprised. I thought the guy owned 100 shares.
Uses a rotary phone.
I don't understand.
He calls the broker
this
to make
question.
a bid on it.
Does Ham see Finger being impacted by a 1 million share buy-in if Phil Mickerak does it? I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. It might have been trying to get me to mispronounce it like The Simpsons.
Phil McCracken, like that?
Something. Phil my crack, maybe.
461 FNGR.
He's a very clever guy. I mean, he's got to be proud of himself.
123.
I'm sure he has a face only a mother could love.
118. Very.
Wait a second. That's the face I have.
Not legal advice. Did they fire Gibson Dunn? I don't know where that question comes from.
Well, someone in Gibson Dunn just got pinched for insider trading. I don't know. Listen, I can't. Gibson Dunn represents the bad guys. We all know that. They represent the Kramers. For those new to the GTII, Gibson Dunn, the lawyers for the Kramers, had sent notices to investors telling them to shut their mouths.
Bro, Ham's connected. Trust me, bro.
Or they'll be sued.
He actually
that happened
is.
a while ago.
Not
so
legal.
We know.
Not
you know,
Legal Advice pointed out that
William for
Alpine
president.
just hired the law firm of Cooper and Kirk in D.C., and in his opinion, they're a very mediocre rated. I guess it's not his opinion; they're just a mediocre rated firm.
So Richard is. What is the cost, do you think, to these guys defending this type of legal battle for whatever reason?
He knows more than ice cream flavors.
What does he think the cost is a month, or whatever, as an attorney? What does he think? Does he have an opinion on that?
Yeah, we'll see what he says.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yep, there's some heavy hitters: Ace, Arca, Ham, JR, and Not Legal Advice, and then all your good listeners. It's Heavy Hitters Day.
I forgot about BJ. What's the name? BJ, Big G, Big
JR.
JR. That's what it is.
He's apparently.
Those that calls him Big BJ. BJ. That's what those that calls him, I think.
Oh, all right.
It's nice of them to shout it out.
People are talking about MMTLP, but
Again, I believe MMTLP. Something's going on there. I don't know what it is. Just they can't keep hiding it.
Go Birds. I don't know who the Birds are. Lynn knows they're in deep trouble. The original position and the loan they originated, it's still fraud and a felony. I happen to agree with that.
Listen, these games, so people understand, MMTLP is something that's going to the highest levels. Okay? Will that change?
You know, that's not my run right there.
I believe it's going to put a lot of pressure on these
But I am supporting the
firms,
MMTLP
SEC.
community.
Whatever comes out of that case, it's going to change the game for all of us. But we're not waiting for that. Finger motion at GTII. All right? We've been taking it to the fight for a long time. We're fighting this out on the battlefield.
All right, cool deal. Let's get
I'm
back
not
to the
waiting
game
for
here.
a lawyer
MMTLP,
to
I think we
handle
already
it.
got all the info we wanted.
MMTLP has no choice.
Let's say goodbye.
We have choices. The companies are fighting on the legal front, and we're fighting on the stock front. Margin is the problem. They can't let it go up. If you can't see it, then next time the stock goes up, make sure you watch to see what they do. That's the key to the whole game. Let's see what they do. If they thought they can win, they let the stock go higher. MULN, open, they do a reverse. What do? They knock it down again. Why? Because they're sending a message to the company. We're going to keep doing it to you. We're going to knock you out of business. You can't raise any money. You can't build any cars.
Yeah, dude, I don't think... Man, that sucks.
MULN. All right, if that CEO would have listened
Somebody's
to me...
saying 6 FNGR today.
And one day I'm going to release the documentation that I sent to him. So for all of you people think that I don't get respect from people, you can see my you'll see the docs and you'll say, okay, this guy is a jerk.
I do too, Lauren.
Listen, I don't want to do this stuff. You think I want to do this all day? I can make my own living playing the game. I don't need to do this. I'm doing it because I can't stand it. I have friends robbed. I have friends who died of cancer. You know, the guy Darren I knew. There's other people. My friend Chris, who's holding the sign there. My other friend just had a heart attack. These are guys that put their money up, help work, tried to expose the frauds, and they passed away. That's why I'm here. If you want to take advantage of it, hopefully everybody can make money on this thing. God bless you. I hope you do. But I don't control it. I've been doing this 23 years. But we have learned a lot in 23 years. So for the 22 years that you weren't here, I took every lump in the head, and all my friends did also, learning this fraud. And now we're experts on it. The only thing we don't do is I can't understand how the banking and the prime brokers allow this stuff and take the liability. That is the most amazing part of the whole game.
Let's save the cut it here, team. Yeah, so I'm very happy that we got to see that, right? Because at least now I don't have all the questions in the world as far as what was happening within the whale meeting. First of all, I'm confused over that. So did Ham talk about that whale meeting himself, and was that something that he implemented, or he said he was going to try to get in or something? So that was already set before him, right? I assume that was kind of the deal here. ASRE is sitting at 33.53. We're feeling a little pressure here. Yeah, Ham said he was gonna be there. Okay, he's going to eat fish tonight. Okay. Welby saying it seems a bit questionable. Yeah, I have a lot of questions regarding that, and I'm really not following all the way, right? So this is why I'm a little like green in the situation. Steve was saying yes, and he was supposed to be attending it yesterday. No way, Nvidia's getting smoked right now. Damn. Yeah, Nvidia dropping. This is applying pressure on the SPY now. Meta is falling pretty hard too. I mean, recovery right now, but still. Surprised you put it on your finger video. The whale meeting. Did I say it really? Oh, that was your short today on Meta? Dude, nice. Nice. I hope, yeah. I'm hoping it's inverse to it, but look at the SPY though. The SPY is still strong. In the overall grand scheme of things though, this could just be a double bottom. Maybe the whale is cryptic. Maybe, right? And look at the IWM. It's actually facing an upside here, and it's kind of helping COSM. It came back to 123. Despite that potential bid, or I'm sorry, the proposal for the RS, despite that information, you know, COSM holding 123. Damn, dude. That's another one of those tickers, man. I hate that people have to deal with that. That really sucks. Yup, Ham needs to give me some good fish. 463 on FNGR holding that top. I assume there could be a recovery, you know, coming in, but it's just, I think it really needs a good push here, man. Hourly time frame SPY getting buy signals on the enhanced MACD and also on DBSI. Currently, when you see these X's on DBSI, that's usually the consolidation period, but before a potential upside or reversal. It could be reversal to the upside or downside. Yeah. Yikes. Okay. And let me go back to, I want to just see PIRS a little bit. Nice, dude. That's that EMA 55 resistance coming up at 32.25. Careful. This is a pretty ridiculous bounce. Seb, dude. Yeah, you'd probably give a candle a nice little or you know, something. Ian Tucker saying, "Oh damn, the gauntlet done been chunked down." Bruno Bars, where have you been, my bro? Good to see you here, bro. Spy puts were fun this morning. Hope all is well, G. My bro, it's always good to see you, dude. Are you still trading at the firm or what, man? And also, what platform do you guys use? Are you on DAS Trader? Watching HOLO, GNS, and for various reasons. Nice. Yeah, man, the SPY. Incredible price action. So much volatility. Incredible opportunities everywhere, right? It's just it's just not the place for the beginner traders today. It's really dangerous to trade days like these. Yeah, so Sebastian, this is what I was talking about. This resistance here. Yeah, Lauren. Oh, dude, you asked me a while ago, man. I'm so sorry about that. Of course. Let's give it a quick let's give it a quick eyeball. An eyeballing. Without me remembering any of your catalysts or anything, by the way. I think it'd probably be the best way. So U.S. gold mining on a daily time frame. We don't. Is that really all the data that we have, or has it been trading before this? What the hell's up with that? Did this serious? There's no way this just IPO'd. Did it really? So oh yeah, that's right. It does have an upgrade. Yeah, here's an upgrade for 111% run. And it's at a strong buy from the analyst rating, but at a sell for the technicals. And I assume that could be short term. Yeah, UV, are you actually here? Look, I have them over here. So I have the, I'm sorry, where was it? Oh, I didn't, right, here it is. I was supposed to have boil here, you know, as the cold would be its inverse. So USGO is what you're looking at to make a like an investment play, you mean? Like a long-term hold? I mean, if anything, you would be at the closest bottom ever here. So that's definitely not a bad sign. Yeah, you average up at strength, you know, at every confirmation of support. Like for example here, 1061 to 1134 gap on a daily. If we surpass that to resist from 1184, we come back to that top side of 1134 and start validating at least maybe a week. I would scale up before getting an upside and continuation, right? So every validation every validation and confirmation of a resistant point conversion to support would be an average up zone. Boil, not gas, got too cheap again. Yeah, man. However, the gas here, man, in California is so expensive, I have to admit. Nice. Yes. We're talking about, I have them over here. Let me see. Where the hell? Are you kidding me? I forgot where I had my. Here it is. Yeah. So, I'm looking at it on the daily right now. I'm not sure what time frame you're looking at it on, but let's see. Let me pull up the overall price action on a 4-hour. Yeah, that very well could have been the low of day at 43.64.75. If this is confirmation here, short-term resistance at 44.16.75. Your 4-hour closure upside of this target here, I would give it a range for a confirmation. Let me see. 43.74 to about 43.80. Closing 4-hour iterations upside of this would be confirmation for a continuation up. I don't like the looks of this tiny team. Hold on just a sec. The little lady's here. I got to say goodbye to her real fast. Just a moment, team. Just a moment. We are back. We are back. All right. So yeah, I was saying that if we can hold that the line down there, then I think that this could be confirmation for a continuation to the way up, as that would be a short-term inflection zone. And right, I just wanted to observe. Let me see if I can. I can't. But I could just load it individually. Let me see volatility. I want to check out momentum. I already had them up here. Let me get rid of this and bring this down, right? And get rid of the RSI. 4-hour time frame. Oh, dude, this is good. 4-hour time frame already getting the upside here. Critical volatility. This is set to continue on. Let's see, the 6 hours already getting that read to the upside. Yeah, ES inching to pull an upside here. There's a clear break of market structure already, so this could have been the floor at 43.55. So, Bruno Bars, are you still in here, buddy? Let me know, man. Let me know. Nvidia still facing some downside here, team. 454 11 right now. It's pretty volatile. Bro, I was asking you, what platform are you, Bruno Bars, what platform are you trading? Let's see, I wanted to buy the 4s 2 days ago. Average. Oh, you're at the Thinkorswim. Yeah. Let's see, I still have more to load for calls, but I'm cautious. Dude, I'm trying to load up too. Mark, CMS, how you doing? I have like a couple November contracts. Wow, look at VFS, man. My goodness. Ripping. Mark, I am great, man. Thank you so much. It's a good Friday. This thing is just creating these this is entirely fractal, man. Wow. Like clean up runs here, and they're not so violent. I do have to say. Yeah, with the exception of this wave here, this would have been the Elliott wave all over the place. Yeah, I have a November $6 strike. November 8th or something like that. So VFS here on the 30-minute is still showing upside on volatility and, I mean, increasing volatility and momentum, right? So that's your MACD is just massively pivoted towards the upside. Look at this hourly time frame. It's in the gravitational zone of the stochastic momentum bullish control zone. So, and this just volatility is getting super interesting here. I would have to point out something very small though. I'm not sure if this upside is starting to mature based on the fact that I'm looking at the hourly time frame, declining volume with inclining price. So that usually is a bearish divergence and can be looked at for a potential correction soon. So if there could be, what I assume this is actually a mean reversion, and that could entail a potential top side and a tweezer top in an hourly iteration of 74.13. We're still a bit away from that, seeing that we're at 68.50, but it's incredibly volatile right now. This thing is really moving a lot. The hourly time frame RSI is definitely overextended. However, it still has historically a higher upside to go into the 90 percentile, while we're currently sitting at about 77 or 78. Let me look at the buy hourly. Let's see. So buy hourly still suggesting upside. But like I said, it's just I'm not trusting the fact that we're that the price action is continuing onwards and upwards while we're seeing this decline in volume, right? However slight it may be, is just a little dangerous to look at that when you're on an upside. right? So right now, this is a resistance happening as we speak, right? So if this is going to create a breakout, it needs to hold. It needs to hold the 6640, or else this rising wedge will take over, and it will introduce some downside here, and you don't want to be around for that. In fact, you could actually hedge this. You could totally hedge this, right, for a temporary downside. But if it does hold the 60, let me see, I would say 6610. If it holds that, then this is preparing a rare breakout, right? And it's on a bearish formation, by the way, right? So if we are going to kind of put a guess here as to or a price objective, then let's do that real fast. So take a trend line from the back side of this would be the bull case number 1, right? So this would be upon a breakout. Let's just say that it were the next bi-hourly candle. This candle is going to be over in around 55 minutes 30 seconds. Okay, so this first target being suggested would be on a psychological price objective is 122.15, which is just huge, right? So let's take into consideration the smaller time frame, maybe like the center of the triangle. Oh, sorry, right around here, right? And then also the supposed breakout zone. So those are the other two psychological targets to respect here. So let's take a trend line there from the center of the triangle, and then put this thing up, right? Let's see what Bruno Bars. Oh, dude, thanks so much, man. That really means a lot. What do you think about Netflix for the next month or so? Appreciate the streams, my dude. Yeah, I'm curious about that too, actually. And Cryptic Trader and we like plays like those, right? I think I even think Zephram also does too in here, but yes, those are the ones to really magnify your gains on options contracts. So we'll look at that right away, brother. Hold on just a sec. So 96.92 is the second target, and then the last target. Let's just suppose that we were to break out from this point here, the next bi-hourly iteration. That would lead to a top side of, let me just make sure I get it, to a top side of about 88.54, which that's starting to sound a little more realistic. So, but you can also geometrically back this, right? Get the swing high to the swing low of the previous range, and then just take that retracement upwards, right? And let's see. So, the 2 spot 272 at 88.30 rhymes very well with the first prize objective. The second one rhymes pretty nicely with the top side of the 2 spot 618 at 98.93. So just within a point. And the next one, curiously enough, at the 3 spot 272, 121.89. So geometrically, it does make sense, and psychologically, right? So, but again, we have to hold that 6610. If we don't hold the 6610, this would be the test number 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and this would introduce the capitulation and a massive bull trap. Okay, or I could say maybe a liquidity grab because of the bi-hourly time frame. I usually don't look at traps unless we're above an 8-hour time frame. So it's really it's see how the price is battling. It jumps to 67 and it comes back to 66.30, 66.20, and then 67 again. It's just there's a lot of demand in that area there. There's the 66.10. Oof. If this is gonna fail it, and if it closes this shooting star, I would not financial advice, I would get out. Okay, but we don't know yet, so keep an eye on this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that this could be a liquidity grab here, and this is a fake out. It's just gonna be a fade. So if this thing just fades from here, then that would start introduce the test number 3 validity. We can make our way down here by maybe Monday or Tuesday to the zone of about the not 382 or around 47, 46. Bounce to the 1 spot 272 or the 1 fib at 58.15, and that would be your validation of, or Yeah, that would be your conversion from support into resistance and confirmation here before a real fall. And your first test would be the beginning of wave number 1's low, and that would be confluent to the EMA 55. That's a pretty basic play. If it does play the way that we're talking about, this is a textbook play. The formation itself, right? Everything bearish. But like I said, if it does inch to making an upside move, now you know what those targets are. Let's pull up Netflix. NFLX. Okay, so you're talking about in the next month or so, right? So, actually, you know what? I'm not going to put it on the master layout. Let me load this as a completely new chart, and we're going to pull up a tool here to grab a real edge. So let me make this a buy chart, right? So we'll pull up the screw it. Let's just pull up SPY, right? So we want to see what the behavior is against broader market activity. So let me link these two. Let me pair them officially. Okay. So it is I mean, not even a correlation coefficient. You know, I mean, everything can tell you that it's pretty much broader market influenced, right? So, damn, dude, the 4 days. I'm sorry, on Monday, I said that we were likely to move towards 444 to 447 SPY from 436. So, and that was based on a descending broadening wedge with a top side target of 444 with a top side range of around 447. We reached 445.80, pretty much in the center of pretty much at the 50% of returns of that range that we spoke of, and we got that pullback just like we said. So what I'm looking at here is a temporary correction though, because if you're noticing here on the daily time frame, I see, you know what, I know people are going to be talking about this sooner or later. I just don't like to really point out these things because there's just, you know, sometimes if the asset doesn't really believe in it, then, you know, we might as well not even play it, right? But yeah, there is a potential head and shoulders like formation here that has some credibility because it is on the daily time frame. But overall, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of these of these formations. So let's just say that the SPY were to, I think this is arguably the regression here, right? Or the neckline. So let's just say that the SPY were to face capitulation from here. What, other than Fed Powell, today, what the hell would be, you know, the other bad news? Well, I don't know. Well, let's just take a target here anyway. So the psychological price objective to this applied to the bottom side of the right shoulder would indicate a correction to around 409.55. What I can say is that cryptocurrencies are also facing a unique setup to where I can see a potential downside coming in conditionally. So, and I noticed this last night. So if I'm also noticing here this, then, you know, there, I guess maybe, right? There could be some correlation there because there is a genuine recoupling of cryptocurrencies and all that stuff. And also, I was speaking about the DXY facing resistance at about that 105 target. So let me see if that's still on the way. What was the top side today? You have a high of about just 103.39. This is a temporary pullback. I do feel that the DXY still has more push to the upside here, which is going to naturally put pressures on risk assets to the long side, right? So, and here's the next thing. Historically speaking, Septembers are red, and they usually are the worst performing months. So this head and shoulders may actually play out. This may actually play out, and I'm not sure that we're going to start capitulating immediately, as you know, clearly we can make this a little more rounder, right? I don't know about the formation itself. I'm just saying that there could be just some ebb and flow here, some consolidation maybe into Wednesday, next week. Which, by the way, I'm curious now. All of it, because Netflix is connected to the broader markets, whether we like it or not, right? So it can actually guide the markets too. So in this case, let's pull up the economic calendar and see what is in line that can actually. Okay, so on August 29th, there is the job opening. So we want to see this lower, right? So hopefully we can get this. If there are more jobs in line and more jobs established for position openings, I mean, that would be kind of bearish on the economy, and I feel like that could be the case. I hear often that there is this. There's an inherent pressure in the jobs world because there's a shortage of help, right? So, and now moving on to the 31st. So that, I mean, yeah, we have a core PCE coming in month over month. Yikes. And then on September 1st, we have non-farm payroll. Oh, damn it, man. Okay, there's a lot coming up next week. There's really a lot coming up next week. So if that's the case, then, okay, here's the thing. The last thing we have to correct here is jobs. That's the payroll and jobs in general. And that's what's been creating this turbulent market. Okay, so that means that over the next month, I expect a series of lower lows and lower highs for Netflix on a daily basis. So let's project. That's my entire thesis thus far. And let me pull up the daily moving averages here. Yeah, that's dangerously confluent on the daily SMA 100. The inflection point being 398.75 is directly correlated with the 1.272. Naturally, we'll put the 1.618. That would be the first area, and it does match with the regression here too. Right, so I would see this as your first support. So, in other words, I think come Monday we can actually play short, or get long the SQQQ or long the SPXU. But yeah, there's a serious pressure here. We're converting the EMA 55 and the EMA 21 and the SMA 50 into resistances on the daily time frame, and it looks like the EMA 21 is about to cross beneath the 55, which is the inverse of the silver cross. That would naturally place bearish pressure onto the markets, and I definitely see this coming down a few notches at least. And let's see. Damn, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna give you from here till maybe September 20th, right around September, maybe all the way up to Friday the 22nd. I'm gonna give you the range of 370.70 to 361. And that would be the consistent to the 2.272 to the 2.618. That range completely. I like it, man. I want it down. Same here, dude. I do feel like we have a shot. Yeah, there's no way we could have known that news. I mean, we can't ever guess what the and that's funny because we have statisticians that try to determine what the freaking Fed is going to say. We can't. Like we just can't. And they have a very negative track record for that too. So no way am I going to trust these guys with that. So yeah, I guess if it were showing, no, it wasn't even showing. We were clearly in a bullish trend. The only thing that we could have seen was just that the top side of the range that I told you for SPY at 444, which we reached 445 and faced a nasty capitulation. I said a deep correction, but not based on news, based on a technical setup. You know me, bro. I only do data. I very seldomly look at fundamental metrics unless they're of the macro kind, right? So so Destiny, yeah, why don't we do that? I can absolutely do that for you. But Netflix, dude, I think damn it, man, I'm gonna get long some puts on this. I mean, I can't actually short this. I don't have enough funds, right? So I think I could just magnify using an options chain. When ASRE Cousins, Sebastian. So why don't we look at the ticker symbol SQQQ, which is the NASDAQ Inverse Pro Shares. Let's do this right. So hold on just a sec, guys. Just a quick minute here. Let's see. So what I will say is that we would have to be immaculately careful at trading the SQQQ because this is the inverse NASDAQ Pro Shares. This is the short, right? So meaning that you would bet against the market to the upside here. So when you see S&P or the NASDAQ with weakness coming in, you could get long the SQQQ, or you could get short the SQQQ with strength in the markets. It does have an options chain, but I will have to warn you that this is a triple lever, right? So you're looking at 3 times the price movement, right? So meaning that you can magnify your losses or gains 3 times the price. Okay, so be very careful when trading the SQQQ. This is not a joke. And also the TQQQ, which is the long, right? So the triple Qs are also triple levered. So so in case you want a safer one, you can look at the SPXU. Okay, that one would probably get, and also the UVXY. So anyway, so let's look at this. Let's see what the what the narrative is looking like. I just gave you the potential of the SPY falling deeply here, right? To maybe around the 410 area. We're talking about a 20-point correction. That's massive. Okay, that is huge. It'll shock the markets crazy, and it would be in line with the entire thesis of a red September. So Bruno Barr saying not for the faint of heart. LOL. Any leveraged ETF risk, and yeah, including cold, man. That'll get you, man. Boil, all those. So anyway, so if we are facing this huge downside here, that's naturally the SQQQ correcting, right? So if the SQQQ is going to face an upside here, naturally I'm looking at this resistance top at about the 2144 range. So I want to see this here maybe mid-month. So if around September 15th to the 20th we are topping out at 2145, then if there is further weakness to look at, there is a top side of the range here too. So naturally we have to favor the 2145 as the top side, but this area here in particular has my eyes kind of like glued to it. So your range would be 2145 to 2178. From the current price action right now, I would be careful getting long on calls on this. You have to absolutely know that volatility is there, or else you will lose money even moving up. Right, so that's another potentially 5.5% move from the current price to around the top side of around 7.3% to the upside. So Destiny, I'm sorry, I want to go back here. 2150. Yeah, I think that you can recover. I think that you can recover here almost entirely, and in fact even make another 1 or 2% upside of that. To increase. I can't even say that actually. Damn it. Yeah, I expect a full recovery here, and yeah, seriously, Lauren, I agree. SOXL and SOXS are other fun ones too. Yes, that's right. I totally agree. All right, so and now FNGR sitting at 460. I mean, we're pretty much outside of the quiet period. You know, when 9 a.m. hits, that's that's lunchtime, New York. That which would be 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. It gets a little quiet, right? But at this point, we're at 10:23 a.m. Oh, my guy's awake, and there could be a shift here soon. And oh right, I wanted to talk to you about this real fast, right? So we were talking about the inflection zone and the invalidation zone for VIRI, and that was the 116. I'm sorry, the 115 bottom. And check out the price action coming down perfectly to our range low at that 115 before a massive bounce to the upside. Remember how I tell you all the time, team, I tend to find my best entries at inflection, which are generally the most conservative and aggressive. Like that's it's a dangerous area to long. So if you don't have your risk management in play and controlled, I would steer clear of trading inflection zones. Okay, but I tend to find my best entries at inflections, but you know that I'm going to control my losses between a 3 for day trades, right? So short-term trades, 3.5 to maybe the top side of 5.5% stop, and then from there, we could just stop out, lose that bit of a percentage. If we still have conviction enough in the play, then we'll correct the entry and find a better solution. Let's see. So yeah, team, you know what? I need to get this guy rolling, right? He's already awake and he's messing around with the camera. My little guy. Oh man. So usually Fridays are a little bit slow, team. Historically speaking, Fridays and Mondays are red days, and we are about to enter a red September. So this is all preparation right now. So I think that if we do get a red month, this is going to apply some pretty positive pressures to the small caps and to the micro caps. The micro caps may actually have an opportunity for a run here during the September time frame. I'm really speaking of micros here. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that because volatility can be present there. It's a good. I guess a lot of people can see it as kind of a weird type of a hedge play against your longs in your mid cap or small cap longs. Your mid cap or large cap longs. So yeah, let's just keep an eye on the markets, team. Really appreciate everybody for stopping by though. Origin, what's up, man? Always good to see you here, my dude. Welby, on ASRE. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that real quick? So 32.99 currently sitting, right? So hourly time frame does have a bottom side support of this 32.02. And I naturally see this pressure coming in because of, let me pull this up again. It looks like we're getting a little bit of weakness here on the SPY, and we were also noticing the weakness coming in on the S&P 500 futures contracts, right? So we're having a little bit of downside pressure. I honestly, there could be a little bit more of an upside here for the SPY before it eventually corrects one more time from the EMA 55 daily. So from that point there, then we could actually start creating a continuation of this lower high, lower low structure. But we will have to play this as we go. Okay, so just come. I know I came in a little bit late today, just in respects to having some little tiny issues here with my boy, but everything is good. We should be back to 6:30, 6:40 a.m. starting Monday, Pacific time. Remember, team. So Bruno Bar, is always good to see you here, my brother. Zevram, thank you so much for all your help, my dude. Thank you so much, Arca. Hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great weekend as well, my friend. Candace, have a great weekend, Arca, and everyone. You too. Welby, yeah, let's keep an eye on ASRE, my dude. I'm going to go ahead and update everybody. I'm going to try to pull up a video with it tonight. If we do get a continuation to the upside in the SPY, then that could be an inverse reaction to ASRE. But I am still incredibly long this, and I am incredibly bullish this breakout. So I do still suspect probably the end of next week a potential touch of 50 44. And I mean, remember, I've been kind of guiding this play since my entry at around 19 or 20 cents. So I mean, we're incredibly up. All right. So, and statistically speaking, we're still within the bounds of creating the upside move of the upper bound of the first standard deviation, which is around a 1,300% move. I think that 131 is actually feasible here, man. But we will evaluate as we go. As long as I do have a statistical back test, then I'm good. All right, my brother. But yeah, Steve Thompson, thank you so much for coming by. Cryptic Trader, love you, buddy. Lauren, love you, buddy, dude. Thank you everybody for coming in. Sebastian, if you're still awake, my dude, love you, dude. Thanks so much for all your help. And but yeah, team, let me just go ahead and start this damn thing right here. We got to get this guy moving. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. Green Mountain, love you, buddy. As I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good weekend, and I'll catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios, team.